Welcome to Divine Love Tarot. I want to thank you and welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time here or you return viewer or subscriber. I hope that this message resonates and helps you in some way. If you find that it doesn't, just keep in mind that this is a general reading and they do not resonate for everyone. And you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, or even your Venus sign, because sometimes those are more prominent in your chart. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Hey there, Taurus, and welcome to your December love reading. Hold on, let me get one of my cards. Just tried to go rogue on me. Who is this? Who's trying to get out of here? The King of Cups and the Knight of Cups are trying to get gone. So what's going on, Taurus? Is the love gone? Has the feelings changed? Don't let me stop. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is a love reading. So, the first card is going to represent your current energy. And we've got, I'm telling you, this Three of Pentacles in the reverse is wearing me out. Every reading it's been coming up. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. What's crossing that energy is the Four of Pentacles, okay? What you're coming out of, past energies, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Well, this isn't a very earthy reading. Next card represents the future energy, what you're moving into. We've got the Five of Swords. Next card represents what you want. You've got the Eight of Wands. What's driving you or internal factors, you've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. And the advice card for this reading is the Moon in reverse. The next card represents external factors. Here's the King of Cups. Okay, you were trying to get out of here, but you're still part of this reading. The King of Cups, hopes and your fears. Well, I did shuffle, I promise you guys. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. And the outcome for this reading is the Emperor in reverse. Okay. There we go. All right, so currently, with this Three of Pentacles, some of you may be ending a situation. You may feel like there's been a lack of effort on someone else's part. And you just feel like you have to end the situation because of that. Okay, when the Three of Pentacles is in the reverse, it's cutting ties with someone. It's not accepting an invitation or a proposal. It's about a lack of effort. It's about a lack of cooperation. For some of you, it's about a love triangle. Okay, so right now, if you're in a relationship, you may be, cutting ties with this person or addressing some of those other issues. If you're single, this represents that you're putting a lack of effort into your love life. You're putting a lack of effort into finding someone. Okay, clarify that energy. And before the video, I always deeply shuffle these cards, so I just do a quick shuffle for the reading. And so it may seem like, oh, she barely shuffles, but no, trust me, I don't have the time to be, as much time as I spend on shuffling, I am not recording all that, all right? Okay, so to clarify this Three of Pentacles energy, we've got the Judgment card, all right? So some of you are definitely making a decision. For those of you that are in relationships, you're making a decision to move away from this person. You've decided, okay? Judgment card is like, look, you're not putting in the effort, and therefore this is what has to happen, and that's it. Okay, for those of you who are single, you may make the decision that you need to start doing something different. Okay, you may really, you may really decide that, okay, you know what, I know I need to make some changes in order to have the kind of love. Your challenge, though, is that there may be some fear here. Some of you may be afraid to let go of this situation if it is you cutting someone off. With those who are single with this Four of Pentacles, you may be afraid of opening up, afraid of being vulnerable, okay? Four of Pentacles represents stability because it is a pentacle, but at the end of it, it's stability based on insecurities and based off of fear, okay? We go ahead and clarify that Four of Pentacles, and we get the Page of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like some of you are afraid to be vulnerable, but also afraid to show that other side, okay? The Page of Cups in the reverse is about disappointments in love and romance, okay? And so some of you are, your challenge is that you don't want to lose this person. You don't want to lose this romantic connection. And also, you don't want to be manipulated, okay? Or someone may be trying to manipulate you into staying in the situation. Someone may be clinging to you with that Four of Pentacles energy and trying to manipulate you because they don't want you to leave, okay? But you're ready to go because you're coming out of this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse energy. The Knight of Pentacles can represent that there's nothing happening, nothing's moving. It's a lack of movement, a lack of energy, a lack of motivation. It's also about boredom, okay? When we see the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, it's a lack of stability and a lack of security, but also about being bored with your love life or not being ready to settle down. All right, so maybe for those that are single, that's why you're single, because previously you just weren't ready to settle down, okay? Or you get bored in long-term relationships. But for others of you, you may have been dealing with someone like this in the past, and maybe that's why for those of you that are not single, you're going to go ahead and end the situation because you were dealing with someone who wasn't putting in the effort. They weren't showing up, and they weren't trying to commit to the situation. Yeah, clarify that. We get the Page of Swords. So there may have been I see a lot of mind games and manipulation here. All right, somebody may have been manipulating you to stay in the situation despite the fact that they weren't putting in the effort. And why I can say that is because moving into the future energy, I see more mind games. I see more conflicts. It's like this person, this Four of Pentacles energy, they're not going to let this go that easy, or they're not going to let you go that easy. Okay, Taurus? So the Five of Swords is about bickering. It's about fighting. It's about manipulation and mind games. And it's about one person who wants to be free, one person who's all about their freedom. And, you're with someone who's quite the opposite, someone who's clingy, which is that Four of Pentacles energy. All right. But with this energy, we also have the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, things are going to get better and you may move away from that particular energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's about things, progressing, things being better. Some people feel like the Wheel of Fortune is like if things are good, they're going to be bad. And if things are bad, they're going to get, better. But because it is in the upright, okay, it's in the upright on top of a card that normally is sort of negative. I mean, the Five of Swords can also indicate a couple that has that playful banter, like a couple that gets off on that, competition and disagreement type of energy. You guys kind of fight, you're opposites, you disagree on everything, but it's not, it kind of turns you guys on, okay? That playful banter that certain couples will have back and forth. So for those situations, the Wheel of Fortune is bringing good luck, all right? And it's also about karma. So something is going to happen, to make the communication a little bit more honest. So I think you're going to move away from the manipulation into a more honest phase, okay? Now, what you want is to be swept off your feet, Taurus. You want passion. You want to be swept off your feet. You want to fall in love with someone. Clarify that Eight of Pentacles. And of course, there has to be security with it, all right? Because this would not be an earth sign reading if we didn't have some security here. But the Eight of Pentacles is about working things out. So some of you would be willing, I feel like some of you would be willing to work things out if that other person put in a little bit more of an effort, a passionate effort to make you feel loved and make you feel wanted. Then I think you would be willing to work things out with this Eight of Pentacles energy. The Eight of Pentacles represents focus, okay? So, whether it's focusing on the relationship or focusing on the situation, or just about obsessing, you know, thinking about the situation over and over. So I feel like some of you may even want this person to obsess over you because you've been so used to them not giving you the attention that you deserve and not putting the effort in, that now you want someone to maybe even be a little bit obsessed with you, okay? That you want it to be all about you. You want, you know, that love and attention, like I said, that you've been missing. All right. What's driving you or what your internal factors are, we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you're easing up on worrying. You're easing up on, you know, stressing over the relationship. You're like, listen, I don't want to be in a relationship that causes me stress anymore. I don't want to stress. I don't want to worry. Okay, it's about things not being as bad as you thought. It's about getting over, you know, hurt, slowly healing from anything that, you know, was disappointing or that had you feeling worried or stressed or even guilty. Okay, clarifying that we've got the Empress because you're now thinking about love. You're motivated by unconditional love. Okay, and again, I feel like for some of you who are ready to leave a situation, it's almost like you feel like you have no choice. All right. It's like I've put up with this other person long enough. And, you know, maybe I made a mistake by putting up with what they've been doing, but I'm no longer able to accept this lack of effort. You know, like now they're really taking things for granted. You know, in England, they say now they're really taking the piss. It's like you were dragging your feet, you were not sure about commitment, or you weren't ready to settle down. And now on top of that, you're just not going to even put any effort into the situation. It's like enough is enough, okay? Because you don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be in a situation where you're constantly worried and stressing and wondering what's going on. You want to be in a situation where you feel loved. You want to be loved. You want to be adored. That's what this Eight of Wands and this Eight of Pentacles is. You want someone who's going to treat you like you're everything. And as you should, okay? We should all be with somebody who treats us well, who treats us with unconditional love, okay? That's what everybody would like to strive for, should be striving for in relationships. Unconditional love is not a fairy tale, okay? When I say unconditional love is someone who loves you no matter what. Does that mean you're always going to stay with that person? No, I have unconditional love for a person, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be in a relationship with someone who is not treating me right. That Taurus. So moving on, I should say, to the advice card, we've got the Moon in the reverse. Okay, so I think it's about, when the Moon is in the reverse, it's about being more honest. Okay, I think it's about not only just being more honest, but being more honest about the hidden, the things that are unknown. Like, even if you don't catch somebody particularly cheating, but you can feel that something's off. You know that something's not right. Trust that intuition. You know what I'm saying? Trust your intuition. And again, with the Moon in reverse, I think it's about secrets being revealed. So it's like if you've got some secrets that you're holding on to, Taurus, okay, then it's time to, you know, open up. But I honestly feel with this Moon in reverse, it's about leaving a situation behind. In this particular reading, I feel like it's about leaving a situation behind because the situation may have a lot of deception. All right, there may be some deception. And so I feel like here the Moon is like, listen, if things are too deep for you, okay, if this lying and deception and this lack of effort, whatever is going on with this other person, if it's too much, if you can't see, if you can't decipher everything that's going on in this situation, then it may be in your best interest to walk away, okay, to find the courage to walk away, to not be drowned by the confusion and find your way out of this mess. okay? But for most of you, I feel like this is about, you know, embracing honesty. So even if someone is being honest with you and it's not necessarily good news, accept the honesty. Take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? If someone's really trying to lay it all on the line with you, instead of, you know, ignoring things or not wanting to hear the bad parts, you're going to have to accept the good with the bad when someone's really trying to open up to you. All right. Now, the external factors of this reading is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups can indicate somebody may be coming at you with the offer of romance, Taurus. All right. It may be a new person. Okay. It could be the person that you're already dealing with. But if you're not in a relationship, then there's someone who is coming towards you with an offer of romance, someone who is romantic, someone who is emotional or knows how to, you know, connect to their emotions, or their emotions are very balanced. Okay. Clarifying this now energy with this external energy, we've got the Seven of Wands. All right. So the Seven of Wands is about courage. It's about, you know, sometimes it's about being defensive or having to fight for something or be willing to fight for something. But I think someone is coming towards you, like someone is going to have the courage to come towards you. Okay. Someone is really going to have the courage. For some of you, you may have to be, you know, it's almost like you're going to have to fight off the attention. Like there's going to be maybe multiple people coming towards you. You're like, oh my God, this Eight of Cupid is going to shoot multiple arrows at you. But I really feel like it's someone who may have had their eye on you for a while, Taurus. For those of you in a relationship, they may have, you know, even if you're not in a relationship, there's someone who's been watching you, trying to probably find the right time to come towards you. For those of you who are in a relationship now that's ending, this person may feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is a good time. For those of you who are single, for whatever reason this person has decided, or maybe because, you know, once we make a decision, the ball starts rolling. So if you've made that decision to make changes in your love life, or to make changes in how you, in the effort that you're putting into dating, here comes that attention. Here comes the dates. Here comes somebody who's probably wanted to, you know, be with you or wanted to try something with you. And now that opportunity is there for you, for the both of you. All right. Moving on to your hopes or your fears. You fear another situation where someone's going to emotionally manipulate you. All right. You fear someone who's just in it for, you know, the romance and what they can get out of you, but not in it for the long haul. Clarifying that, we've got the Page of Wands. For some of you, this person could be a younger fire sign, okay? For others of you, though, you just don't want to hear any more bad news. You don't want to hear about the person that you're with not being faithful. You don't want to hear them telling you all of the things that they've did because now they're trying to be, you know, honest and real with you. You may just not want to hear that, okay? Despite the fact that it's like, yeah, you know, with this moon card in reverse, you have to kind of hear the good and the bad. But at the same time, if you don't want to, you just don't want to. You're just like, look, if you're done, you're done. And that's fine, you know. But if you're not done and if you're going to stay and work it out, you're going to have to accept the good with the bad, okay? The outcome card for this reading is the Emperor in the reverse. So some of you may be dealing with an Aries, okay? If you're not dealing with an Aries, then you're dealing with a situation where you're going to have to you're probably going to rely on your emotions more than your logic, okay? The Emperor is about someone, you know, if it's not a person, it's about, like I said, being more emotional than logical. But if it's a person, this person lacks a bit of responsibility, okay? The Emperor in reverse is opposite of the Emperor, wherein they're not really reliable. They're not as reliable, they're not as together as the Emperor. All right. Now we can clarify that. We get the Ace of Pentacles, so it's interesting. So I feel like maybe you're with someone who's just a little bit less controlling, okay? Maybe it's not such a negative connotation. Maybe you're just with someone who is less controlling than what you're used to, someone who is more affectionate or more emotional, I should say, than the Emperor. But there's potential with you and this person. For others of you, if it is an Aries, you and this Aries do have the potential to have something that's grounded going into the future. So if you've met someone new, that's an Aries, or that's a fire sign, or that is, like I said, a little bit less controlling than what you're used to or who you used to be with, then you have the potential of something new. For some of you, within this particular union, something's going to happen with this. I feel also with this Wheel of Fortune card, something's going to happen to help move things into a more grounded situation. So if you're contemplating leaving, if you haven't made that decision to leave, or even if you made the decision to leave, but this person is trying to, entice you or encourage you to stay, then there may be the possibility of moving forward. But I think that either you're going to have to let go of some of the control in the situation, or they're going to have to be a little bit less controlling and manipulative if that's how they've been in the past. All right, but for some of you, I feel like this may be someone new. Some of you, I feel like you may realize that the person you're dealing with is unreliable and can't provide you with the stability that you're looking for, and you're going to, look for something else that has more potential for you to have the grounded kind of relationship that you want. All right, guys, so that has been the love reading for December. It's the last one of the year. So if you would like a more detailed reading, a more personalized reading, go ahead and contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. All my information is in the description bar below this video. I have links to my website so you can purchase readings that way. Also, it's December, so happy holidays to you guys who celebrate. If you don't, be safe either way in what you're doing. Happy New Year's to you guys, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye, Aries.